What was here?
April.
So this is a whole new format, huh?
Yeah, highway. So
Sorry, I'm having trouble for some reason logging into our Google account on the Chromebook, so you're on my phone. So sorry that it's a little strange.
And this.
I noticed I had to download the new Zoom app.
And then
Yeah, I think that's a new feature they have.
Yeah,
so that's this, right? So if you know, lots. The way that the blood clot.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, I think we are ready to get started. Officially beginning the meeting at 5:38. Is Sue here? Sue's on, right?
yeah, I'm on.
Sue
Can you
on
hear
Zoom?
me?
I haven't heard Sue.
So
Oh,
I
hi,
thought I
Sue.
heard your voice. Okay, great. So we
Can
have
you hear me?
the minutes are being taken. 5 p.m.
Yes,
Can
we
you hear
can.
us? Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Great.
yes, we hear you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Jeff.
Okay. And Jeff, you all can hear us?
Yes.
Wonderful. So we'll start with the secretary's report. Does anyone have any comments about the secretary's report?
I move we accept the secretary's report as given because it was magnificent.
It was fantastic.
Thank you.
Okay, sounds like we're good. We can move that from draft to final. For
Okay.
all those people in our town that are reading our minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, now on to the financial report.
This is Jeff. So with the bequest money and a recent one of the three times a year payments from the town, the checking account is at a whooping 48,678 today. And then we have an additional 10,000 that's in a savings account and 21,000 in a CD, which gives us $79,000 plus the 100,000 that the town is holding to be spent. So we have pretty flush in cash. And then I sent the actuals. So Catherine, I do need to talk with you at some point about reflecting. So we have a budget and we show how we're, getting that money. And then so part of that money of our income is grants, right? And so then we say, okay, across all this money, this is how we're going to spend it. So part of that's books and materials. So if we get a grant that's related to books and materials, I don't carry it separately, but then that's not an additional funds above the annual $12,000.
I think I'd like to talk more about that because I don't really understand why getting a grant for additional collection development money wouldn't allow us to spend extra.
Okay, we'll talk about it, Okay.
Wait, I'm confused. Can we go back to that?
Okay, so we say that, this year that we're going to create $5,600 in grants. That's what we told the town. And then we told the town, if you give us, $870 in grants. And then the town said they were going to put in $26,900 for the library other than salaries, right? So, and then we were going to raise $5,600 in donations and then $870 in grants, and the town would put in $26,900 for a total of spent budget of $33,380. And then we said, this is how we're going to spend it. So I guess if we got grants above if we knew we were going to get grants above the 870, we could talk about how we wanted to spend that. I think maybe if the grant we got for speculative fiction was part of the 870, then it's already accounted for. So we can't spend it twice.
I just, I still don't really understand. I think maybe it would, if we could connect in person so that I could, we could just talk a little bit more about that, that might be helpful. Because for me, like when I applied for those were grants that I just sought out on my own
Right,
and
we didn't
applied
budget for
for,
those.
yeah, like nobody had any concept of them even existing. And I certainly made the purchasing decisions thinking that that was a separate pool of money. Like I wouldn't buy over $1,000.
Okay, then we should plot, because I think the 870 grants that we're talking about is covered in other grants. So Catherine and I will spend a few moments separately figuring this one out.
Our obligations through as a grantee, right?
Yeah.
What I think I'm hearing you say is that maybe we just need to be thinking about, okay, we have this line item in income that's called grants. And I think in the past, and maybe I'm totally off, but in the past, the grants were like summer reading, like the things that we always knew we were going to have.
Mm-hmm.
So we just, because it's a really random number, like why did we budget $870? So we probably just like looked at, in the past, we usually get grants for summer reading, and I can't
And
think
for
of
the interlibrary loan.
interlibrary loan.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe what we want to do as a board that's also trying to raise more additional funds to support our library is increase our grants income. I don't know. I'm not sure. How does that impact our relationship with the town's budget, or does it?
So
Yeah.
can I, I'm not sure that Jeff and I are referring to the same pool of money, but he mentioned $5,600. That's the money that we told the town that we would raise through our fundraising. And we do that every year. We raise a certain amount of money. Obviously, we raise more than that, but,
Oh yeah, that's there.
Yeah.
It says budget for the fundraising annual appeal is 5,600,
Yeah.
5,610.
yes, it's not grants.
Grants is 870. Yeah.
So the 5,600 we give to the town as our contribution, right?
No, we
It's
put
part
in,
of our-
we don't
it's
give it to the
part of
town, we put it into our account.
Well, it's part of our budget, so it's $5,600 is subtracted from, isn't that right?
No, it's subtracted from the total budget of 33,380. But it's not subtracted from what the town contributes.
Right, the town's gonna contribute,
26,900.
right,
Yeah, but basically, we're telling the town that we're gonna raise some money, so we're not gonna ask you for as much as we know we need. And that's what the $5,600 is.
right. I think that's clear, but I think this question is about grants.
Yeah.
And that's a different line item. And I think if a grant is specific towards, like, if there's a specific, trying to think of the word, like, you apply for a grant for speculative fiction, that category. We need to spend the money on that, right?
Yeah.
But I see what Jeff's saying, because we're supposed to raise $870, or we're supposed to get $870 in grants, and right now we're at 300. Is that? I'm confused, actually.
But I think we have more than that.
That 300 number needs to be updated. I'm sorry, the 300 number is not correct. So,
Okay,
So-
got it.
Okay.
okay.
So we budget X amount of dollars per year for books, right?
Yes.
Okay. So am I wrong when I think that anything extra that we get is extra? So we should be able to buy more.
Yeah,
Right,
that's how I was
discretionary.
thinking about it.
Discretionary.
Yeah.
Yes. It's up to you as the director to determine what,
How to spend
Yeah.
money.
based on what you need. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
I agree. That's the right process. I just got to get clear with Catherine on how we're going to make where the 870 comes from, and anything above the 870, we can spend however we want to.
Okay, cool.
What
We
is
can,
Okay.
we can sit down and we can figure
Okay.
that out. Yeah.
What we're
Thank you,
All right.
gonna get grants for during the
Which
year.
there are a couple of grants that we always get.
We always get the ILL and the summer reading. It probably takes us to that number. It probably takes us over
And
that
that's-
number.
Because that seems like that's a really random number, so it must be for those two specific ones. And
Yeah.
then anything beyond that is related to whatever we're applying for.
Yeah, I think we're getting around $900 in the grants, but I don't remember the ILL one off the top of my head. But we
Okay.
can probably use it that way, and that's how we can meet that number for the budget with the town.
Great. Any other wonderings or questions about the budget or about the financial report? Sorry.
I'll just say that next year's budget went to the select board, and they didn't even have a meeting on it. They just said it was okay, and they passed it as is into the town meeting budget, which is Thursday, January 23rd at 6 p.m. That's where we have the discussion on the budget, and then we vote on it by Australian ballot, which just means you go in and, fill out your form on March 4th. So if people can come to that 6 p.m. Thursday, January 23rd meeting at MMU, that would be great. There is a spaghetti dinner with a $10 donation. I think everybody got the little thing from the town about it, right? So be nice if people show just to, in case there's any question, just for support of the library. So
Jeff, what shall I call this meeting? It's the Imagining.
town meeting reimagined.
Okay, thanks.
So in our budget, is Catherine's salary included in our budget?
No.
No. But so it'd be in like the town budget for like.
It's in the
personnel.
town, yes, it's in the town, it's in the town budget, but it's not under what we submit through this
So
process.
we might need to advocate at that meeting. I will actually be out of town on the 23rd, but we might not. So, but it might be an opportunity. We can discuss that when we get to the salary piece for us, because it's still, the budget is shaped, it's still under discussion until we vote on it. So let's just keep that in mind when we get to the salary discussion. Anything else around financials?
I guess, I don't know if we're jump starting here, but did we get the town to agree for financially to pick up the VIA proposal of 8,000?
Think we'll, I guess we are jumping ahead a little bit, but Paula didn't see any reason why they wouldn't use the money that they've given us. I think they just weren't clear. Like Paula, and I'll get to that when we get to that, but basically Paula didn't seem to think that there was should be stipulations on how the money could be used, since in order to pursue this project, we need to work with somebody, and working with VIA on this, this step is a necessary step. So she felt like that was kind of silly. So she was going to go back to them. I haven't heard word, but I don't really get a lot of quick response.
She was going to go back to the select board or VIA?
Blackboard.
Okay.
Okay, moving on to the building report.
The building, I tried to put in the front lock, but I saw that the frame that around the door has been badly, let's say, maintained. There's probably throughout the life of that door, probably 5 or 6 different locks on it. So I'm gonna wait till the springtime where I can get in there, take some of the molding off, replace the wood behind it, replace the molding. Otherwise, the latch system that stays on the door, the plates, there's nothing to screw into. So we're just going to defer that until the weather warms up a little bit more. I tried to secure the screws the best I can for the latch system we do have. But but I don't think it's worth spending the 3,000 or 4,000 to put a whole new door in at this point. So my suggestion would be we just wait till the weather warms up where we can do some woodworking on the existing frame. I haven't, and nothing else for the building's been brought to my attention.
Yeah.
I did last month agree to look at spotlights for the front, and I found some and asked Catherine to put an order in for them. So there's some high capacity spots for the front. There'll be solar, just kind of like overgrown garden lights.
Excellent, sounds great.
Thanks, Jeff.
I just want quick, I was checking on the status of the defibrillator, if we're talking
Yes,
bill.
so I got an email that it shipped later than I had anticipated. I had purchased it back in December, but it
Yeah.
should be on its way, and I think it will be coming next week.
Great.
So right now we have the tracking information, but it's like not saying anything when you click on it, but seems like a good sign.
Who are we gonna try it on first?
You.
Hopefully nobody
Yeah,
ever.
hopefully you never have to touch it. Yeah. All right, well, then moving on to our library director's report.
Cool. I sent it out via email for folks who are Zooming.
Got it?
Thank you.
Thank you.
I know how to do it, but I'm like.
We purchased and added 108 new items to the collection, and I focused on DVDs and adult nonfiction. We had a little over 600 visits to the library, and our staffing and volunteers are pretty much the same as before. We have one new volunteer named Kelly Pfeiffer. She's come in a few times. Then we're thinking a lot about the makerspace. We've developed a new protocol for the 3D printer. So we've tried a few different things since I started in terms of, advertising it to people, making it available, and figuring out how to best let patrons access to it. And now what we had been doing before was trying to encourage kids to come to programs where they learned to use the 3D printer in a structured way so that they would print projects that would actually work in the 3D printer. But that wasn't really going very well because people usually didn't sign up for the programs that we ran, but they would still come in and want to learn to use the 3D printer. But it was a little tricky to schedule times to do that. Now I've researched a little bit more what other libraries are doing. So we're gonna pilot out a model where there just has to be a responsible adult that submits the file to us. And they'll submit a Google form and they'll email us the file and we'll print it. And if it works, excellent. And if it doesn't work, we're just not responsible for it. And then if people want to use it but don't know how, they can schedule a time with Meredith to learn. And we're also working on putting up video tutorials on our website to how to set up an account with Tinkercad and print on your own. So I'm excited about that. We also, Meredith did a lot of research and learned that our filament is really way too old.
Yes,
We have to store it in a different way. So there's some considerations that we didn't know before. It needs to be in an airtight container, and the temperature differences are also a little tricky in our building because downstairs it gets too cold, but up here it gets too hot. So
It's really hot up here.
yes.
So what's the solution?
We're going to buy less of it at a time.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Gretchen bought these rolls and we've only run out of one of the colors so
Right.
far. So
Right.
and they only last, I think Meredith was saying 6 months if they're not stored in a Tupperware container, which they haven't been.
Okay.
Yes.
So these
so-
are past their way.
Yeah. So I think we'll just have fewer colors available for folks, but that's okay. I mean, really the level of filament that we have available is really good for simple projects. People could paint them afterwards if they wanted to. I think it will hopefully that will make it easier for people to use the 3D printer, but also for us to manage using the 3D printer. And then some other updates. We have a little over $6,000 so far from the annual appeal.
We've already exceeded what we thought. Our
Yeah.
budgeted amount.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that, how does that correspond with past years?
So in the past, we've had anywhere between like 6,000 and 10,000. But so in the end, I didn't use paw print this year because they tried to charge us over $2,000. So we've saved more money. Like last year, it was maybe $1,200 that we spent. So we'll see once we have all of the money.
Who did the printing?
I did it. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it was, so there were a lot of issues that were specific to this year with the annual appeal. So one was that all of the PO boxes were changed. Well, not all, but like the Jericho Center, which is also tricky because a lot of the people who regularly donate to the library had those PO boxes. So in the end, it wasn't really that much extra work for me to do it because I had to go and track down all of those, the new addresses anyway.
So you changed them from the post office to the box to the new address? So I should be getting my letter?
So you should be, you should get your letter. Two of them bounced back, but yours wasn't one of them. And I assume that if it were going to bounce back, it would have already.
So when did you send out the revised?
Oh, I did it all at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Yours is still out there in the mail world.
Yeah.
So, and how much have we earned so far?
$6,020. And that does include the big gift that the anonymous donors give us. It does. We just got it today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
How much is that?
2,000.
3,000.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. I mean, it's a huge
So
chunk of our.
we basically earned 3,000 and then.
Yeah. But that's typical, right? They always give us.
Yes.
Yeah, 3,000.
They don't even use
Oh wait,
libraries.
so they're not anonymous, but we know they're not.
Well,
anonymous.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
This job is.
Okay. Maybe we can hang them up for our building project.
I wonder if next year we should think about, really starting a lot earlier because as you probably all know, our sister library, they came to me at just about the same time. They were doing their annual appeal when we were. So
Yeah,
I think we should think about that. I don't know if it's affected, but I think that's tough on people to get to the very same month.
Yeah.
Well, and December is the worst month to send out an appeal.
Right.
We used to try to get it out in October, and maybe next year we can do that. And I will help you. I used to do all the stuff myself also. But did you do the mailing yourself too?
Yeah, I did all of it.
Because I did pay somebody to do the mailing because they got a better rate, because they were in the business for the stamps, so we didn't have to pay. Yeah.
I mean, I think without the PO boxes changing, so the reason why I in the end was like, I'm not going to pay someone to do this when I have to do all of this work anyway to track down the addresses, but the grand list should be accurate next year. It wasn't this year because it was published before all of the PO boxes changed. Then in other news, I'm still trying to remove inactive patrons from our library management system. It's taking a while, but it's really important because it affects the fees that we pay for our membership in the consortiums, because there's like at least 1,000 people who don't really use the library who are considered active users.
In our library, like it's a larger fee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's not too bad because usually it's ranges, like demographic or population ranges. But I think we could pay cheaper fees.
Now, do you, contact those people and see if they?
No. So what I do is, what I have been doing is just expiring their card.
Oh, okay.
But I check and see when they last checked anything out. And a lot of the people, I think, were just merged into our new software with no expiration date on their card. And there's no record of them ever checking things out of the library. So I think
that makes sense.
yeah.
And so if they come, you'll give them a new card.
Yes.
Yeah.
So nothing has been deleted. They're just not considered active right now. And then, at some point we could delete people who have been inactive for like 5 years. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what other libraries typically use, but I can find out so that we just have a standard number. And there's a town staff meeting tomorrow, so I'm going to that, which I think is good for relationship with the town. Oh, that would be amazing. Yes. So I was gonna try to get back, but it starts at 8:30 or 9. I can't remember. Thank you. I appreciate that. And then I know I had sent an email to some folks who had been planning on subbing, but my surgery was pushed back to March. So I will be here all of January. Our programming has been pretty consistent. We added a few new programs looking forward to February and March, but it's mostly the same ones that we have been running for a while. On this list of our regular weekly and monthly programs, I italicized a few. So the ones I italicized were Gentle Yoga, our Fiber Arts Club, our Spanish Conversation Group, and our Restorative Yoga. And the reason that I marked those is because I'm just doing really, really a big advertising push for those this month and next month. And then if we don't see the numbers go up, then I want to reconsider whether we're offering them or not. But everything else is going well. So I think
Are the numbers for those 4 particularly low?
Yeah, they have been low, which isn't bad, but we can run programs that have more people. We have some programs that there is a huge wait list for all the time.
Catherine, can you hear me?
Yes.
I just,
Yes.
there was a couple of families that had reached out to me, and they were wondering if there was writing workshops or writing groups as part of programming. I couldn't speak with any authority on it, but I said I would reach out.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, what ages were the families who are talking to you?
I think they're like around like the 10 to like 13 age range, just to see if
Yeah, it's something that Meredith and I have talked about, and we were planning to start one, but that will light a fire under us.
Yeah, and I'll continue to gauge interest too as I kind of meet with the parents during the playgroups and other things like that too, to see like what other interest there is.
Brandon, do you know the families who asked you about writing workshops? Are they families who send their kids to school, or do they homeschool? Do you know?
Some of them are homeschool. Yeah.
Because the families that I already know who are interested are homeschoolers. So we were considering just doing it during the school day.
Okay. Sure.
That sounds like it would make sense for the folks you know too.
Yep.
This is just an interesting idea. I mean, just an interesting thought is coming to me as a former public school teacher. Many of us here, that it seems like there's a large homeschool group, and they're asking for services that the public school provides.
I agree.
So I'm just feeling my hackles are a little
because it's free.
Right, like you've made a choice to homeschool your child. Now, so then we're going to offer it during the day. So basically we're catering to the homeschool community, and that's totally cool. People should do then. Like I'm all about you make the choices right for you and your family. And there's something that doesn't feel right knowing that we have very, very good schools in our district that teach writing to our children. I just have to say that. My hackles went up. Because like, I we do other homeschool programming. Libraries are a great place for homeschool groups. Mayor this time to be offering the writers workshops.
They can use the space.
Use the
Yeah.
space. They should offer their own. I don't know. They've chosen to homeschool their children. They should be providing instruction,
Yeah. Well, I mean, if we just offer it after school, then anyone can come.
which I think is way more equitable.
Yeah.
Because our young people that go to public school there might be some that really like to write and or would like some help with writing.
Yeah.
And I think that would be a more equitable option.
I mean, that being said, we have tried to run a writers group after school before and nobody came to
Not
it.
many young people are going that into writing these days.
Well, like also,
Writers
I think the
Yeah.
kids who are going to school don't want to like come do school a second time.
Right.
But we can offer it, and that way it is equitable that anyone in the community can attend.
Yes.
I could make that, I'm too big head and I don't want to do that, but April's poetry month, we could maybe do something in there.
Poetry workshops. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think that we could get into a slippery slope where homeschool families depend on the library for their education.
Mm.
And I just don't think that's quite equitable or fair.
I don't think they rely on the library for most or even a significant portion of the education, just because they're not really here that much throughout.
Like
the day.
robotics makes total sense.
Yeah.
Like we have the materials, we have a makerspace. We should be offering that as an enrichment.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like reading and writing,
But see, the other thing, Catherine, is that the homeschoolers don't just use our library. They go to all the libraries that are offering programs, during the day.
Yeah.
So it's kind of what Lindsay's saying, that they're taking advantage of the things that are offered, which is great. But on the same token, they made that choice.
for a variety of reasons, they made the choice. And
Yeah.
like again, no issue with people with the choices they make around schooling. But I don't think we should like start catering to.
Well, not
Yeah.
during, not to
Yeah.
offer stuff during the day when other kids who go to public school can't be a
They
part
can't
of it.
access it. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Can I ask you a
I
question?
definitely hear what everyone.
Can I
Yeah.
this is so clunky for me. So I've been there when the homeschoolers have been there, and I personally support it. How many programs are we running for them? Like,
Just
I
one right now.
yeah, like it's not like they're taking all the program time. I think personally, you know that I taught public school for many years, and I support that, and I think it's a nice little thing that we have. And I just want to say, my opinion is we should keep doing what we're doing. I think it's a very good PR for us, and I don't think we're overdoing it. I think we're just offering a small number of courses, and I think if they decide to homeschool, that's fine. I don't think we should get kind of cliquey, like, well, they made that choice, so we're not going to have programs. That doesn't set well with me.
That's
So
not-
anyway, I just
Yeah,
said
no,
my,
Sue, I'm not okay, and I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is like
20 more
I
minutes.
think it's
You want me
great
to,
that we
you want me
offer
to stop and make you something?
homeschool- I don't know if they can have
Hmm?
it.
Okay.
The homeschool, I think it's great that we're offering the homeschool robotics coding.
Yeah.
That's a niche that like we can fill because we have those materials. I just don't feel it doesn't feel okay to offer a writing group.
However, a compromise might be to offer it twice. One after school, one during the day. And if nobody comes to the after school one, you don't have it.
Right.
Yeah.
Or you just offer the after school, and the homeschoolers should come to the after school
Why
one.
would- why couldn't they
Like
come
Monday,
there?
school can happen anytime, anywhere. in
Yeah.
homeschooling.
Yeah.
Right,
But,
it can't
But
happen
it's
for our
just-
public schoolers.
but
Yeah.
I would, just in case it got too crowded.
Yeah.
You can't envision your writers workshop to get to. I don't know how many guys have writers anymore.
In fact, just, who I don't know We would be switching it
Yeah,
or
like-
whatever.
Oh, I would have
Yeah,
Marion
just
do it.
look
I
at
don't want to. I don't want to do
But
it.
it just doesn't, yeah.
Absolutely.
I agree that we should
That's
offer
after
the
school.
classes after school. You know, we should
Yeah.
offer classes that are, the writing class should be offered after school so that everybody can take advantage of it.
Yeah. And the parents I did talk to never really discussed like times. They were just a general curiosity of what was being offered. So I think it's well within our purview to dictate or decide when you would do something with the time, because you have so many programs going on as is. It's just what you have time for too.
Yeah.
Well, even the robotics
I
is
was wondering
offered,
that.
I
Put
would
it
think
after
that there'd be a
school.
number of kids who are in public school.
Yeah,
who
but
would love to do robotics.
I'm using it to pilot the program.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
have a small group.
Yeah,
have a
because
small
there's
group.
only like
Okay.
5 of them, and
Okay, got it.
they're so loosey goosey in general that it's okay for me to be loosey goosey and not know what's going on.
Okay.
So
Got
we will be able to use those robots and the software that I bought later for everybody. And I was thinking that we could do like a summer camp, like
Great.
kind of like
Great.
Deborah Rossin does with the animation camp, but like a robotics one.
That'll be huge.
Yeah, but it's really actually helpful for me to like learn what we're doing with these kids.
That's true, because they're willing to go to try it all out.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think they're just happy to drop them off for an hour. So like, you know, people are very happy with whatever happens, and then I can kind of fine tune what will be offered to the greater community. Yeah. But yeah, it definitely, that would not be equitable to purchase like robots that cost hundreds of
And
dollars.
then you offer
and pay, Yeah. Oh, cool. So programs, yes, are pretty much the way that they have been. Other than that, Amy is starting the Artist's Way, which is that adult creativity workshop series, starts later this month. And then Meredith is running redoing Comic Keepers, which is that graphic novel club that we had as a series. She was going to do it in January, and then we shifted because we thought my surgery would happen then. So that will be in March. And she's also going to run a wool felting workshop for adults in February. And we're having a perler bead party because somebody donated a bunch of perler beads to the
nice.
What are
library.
perler beads?
They're but we might do it on Saturday too.
Oh, great. Yeah.
And we're gonna keep it really small, but then we'll offer it multiple times since it involves ironing.
Right.
Don't want
Yeah.
too many.
Yeah.
kids here.
And Comic Papers after school?
Yeah, Comic Keepers is after school. All of our after school stuff we run basically so that kids can take the bus here, and or their parents or their families can drop them off. But a lot of people send their kids on the bus. And then one last, and April is Poetry Month, so we're working on some programming in honor of Mary Jane for the donation or for the money that she left to us. And then one more thing, this is very far in advance, but I'm just saying it so that I keep thinking about it too. But the early release day afternoon is incredibly popular. It's like, I mean, it's not our biggest program because we can't fit all of the people who want to do it. But I think that next school year, we should collaborate with the community center if they're
Yes.
open to it. And we should hold a program there on early release days so that we can fit
Yeah.
more kids.
Do you feel okay? Like what would be your, with staffing, how many kids would you feel comfortable?
So I think that we could, well, I don't know. I have to look in this space a little bit more, but right now we keep it to 12, and I think we could have at least 24 kids.
Okay.
And a lot
With
of
2 adults available?
And yes,
Okay.
and a lot of folks have offered to volunteer as well. So
totally.
I think we have plenty of adults who could be there. It's more just we need some lead time to plan it and figure it out, and make sure that people know not to come to the library on that
Right.
afternoon.
Right.
Or
like
get
that idea.
desk coverage with a volunteer or something. So we only have 3 more early release days this school year. So I just think thinking for the fall, is probably the most appropriate thing.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah.
That's
No,
great.
we don't, we don't want her to dump on people.
That's everything that I have.
So whose family are we listening to?
I think I
Just,
said
uh,
maybe Tom's, right?
Hmm.
He's up on the screen right now.
Oh, we were wondering because we can hear some family noises in the background, so we were wondering where they
wanted
were
to
coming
Where it was, no, I didn't care.
Okay.
Okay,
I just-
you're like,
I
it's our
think that,
family.
let me try moving.
from.
It's totally fine.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. All right. So thank you, Catherine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also like, I think it's a good, I think we should, I like the idea of having these discussions around like who's accessing
Yeah.
programming and how, and
Yeah, I think it's good because I mean, I really just want more people to use the library. So I'm very open when people suggest something because in my mind, I'm like, oh, someone's saying they will use the library if I do this. And I still want to keep doing that, but I can shift the timing of it. The reason that I have been so open to the homeschooling suggestions is just that they actually come to stuff. A lot of people ask
That's
me
true.
to do stuff and then like don't show up for it.
right. There'll be
Yeah.
regulars. Yeah.
But
Understood.
maybe we can do some more weekend things.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna then move into old business, which is a salary update, which I had shared with everyone. Paula had emailed me that the select board agreed to increase the library director's salary, but it was not to what we had asked for.
It was up to what?
What did we ask for?
No, what did they offer?
$28 an hour for 38 hours per week, and we asked for $29 an hour for 40 hours per week, which is literally just $1 more and 2 more hours, which is really not gonna like break anyone's bank in the town.
Wait.
Okay.
They were offering $20 an hour for 30 hours.
$28 an hour for 38, the current number of hours.
Okay.
Catherine had said you'd be agreeable if we had it at 29, if they increased it to 40 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I didn't feel like that was and that's when I'd gone to that meeting, and they had a lot of questions again. And I reminded her to remind the select board that $29 an hour was the average rate of libraries of our size, population, socioeconomic status in our county in 2022. That was the data from 2022, and we're at 2025. So I'm pretty sure that the $29 an hour that people were making is obviously increased. So we're still like we're probably one of the lowest paying library or lowest salary for our library directors in Chittenden County.
I'm sure.
And I think it's a disgrace and disgusting, and in a town that has so much privilege and resources. So I asked her to go back. I told her it was unacceptable. That's not acceptable, and I explained it in more detail why. But I haven't heard back yet. And I said I will continue. Like we will continue to advocate. So that's why I think I can follow up with her again and see. I probably should have bring it back to the next select board meeting, which I'm not sure when that was or is. And so I wonder if they don't budge on this, if that might be a time to advocate at that town meeting reimagined. And unfortunately I'm out of town. I'm gonna be for work. That's next Thursday, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure if that's the place for us to advocate, but I feel like that's the time for us to reimagine how we're doing our budget, and if we cannot think about, a director or library director who is serving all these people, making a not even really livable wage, not a livable wage for Jericho, Vermont.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But we've said, okay, $29 for 40. So I feel like it was a little bit of a like, we'll do this.
Yeah,
We
it's
won't-
like
We'll compromise, because what about the road crew? And it's like everyone has different skill sets, and we're not going to be comparing the road crew to the library director to whomever, like that's comparing apples to oranges. So, anyways, thoughts, discussion, questions.
My concern is that this meeting, reimagining the budget, we make suggestions, we don't vote on it. And so the select board can go like this and then do nothing, which they probably would.
Okay.
So I think it's worth a try
I think it's
because
more-
it puts
yeah.
that in their focus.
It also exposes it to the whole town, and I think it's pretty shameful, actually. I mean, I don't know what other town employees make per hour, but Catherine's at a director status, and I think
And
it's
she has a master's degree or whatever, yeah.
many degrees, multiple degrees, years of experience, and it's kind of exposing, and I think that's the beauty of town meeting before. That's the beauty of town meeting reimagined. I don't necessarily know if that's the right forum for it. I'd like to go back to Paula first and just say, and let her know that if the select board doesn't budge on this, and we're going to bring it up at town meeting reimagined. But I'm not sure who's going to bring it up because I'm not there,
Is
and I
it
would be happy to.
okay with being the intermediary?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the protocol now, that we don't go to the
Oh.
select board, we go via Paula?
Well, it depends what we're asking for.
Well, so I had gone to the select board and
Right,
gave
I knew
that whole
that.
presentation, and then she came back to me and said, so, and I said, I'm not really sure, like, that's not really gonna work for us, so, I asked, what's the next step for us to, I'm like, so do I need to go to another meeting, because I really don't want to go to another meeting. I'm like, can you just go back and say that we're gonna still continue to advocate?
Well,
So I
you
said
know, it
this
feels
like
like with, and this is casting no aspersions on Paula, but she doesn't have a vested interest. So she can say, I'm passing on to you what the library said, that that's not acceptable.
She could, but I think she would probably agree, based on the conversation that I had with her, that it is unacceptable. I did say, I gave all the data again, but I said, you know, let me know what kinds of options exist for further negotiation. The concern is that we are going to lose another talented library director. And left it at that. And then, I mean, I don't think, I'm just gonna keep on advocating for it. I can write her back and just say, like, you know, I don't know, how often do the select boards meet?
Once every other week.
Okay.
Twice a month.
On, is this week?
Well,
Thursday. Okay.
Well,
so that-
can I share a little bit? I know dealing with the select board in the past with other salary positions in the town. Sometimes the select board digs in and they don't move. Such as our town planner, we had Jennifer, very talented person. She just wanted a slightly more, slightly better increase in salary. Nope. And they lost her. And that's happened a couple times here in town with these positions. So maybe they're catching up with times where, like, hey, we can't maintain people if we don't pay them. But just, if they still may have that sense of, well, all right, this is where we're at. And, so if we can get up to a point that's negotiable, maybe let's not push over the edge and put our feet down either. Because they've gone both ways in the past.
We haven't gotten to that point yet, right?
Right.
Right now, it's like kind of a slap. It's like, okay, we heard you. We'll just do a little. We'll do like, it was just kind of silly. So,
all right. Well, maybe I should be able to make it for town meeting if I don't switch my my flights. I can bring it up. So I'll.
Well, let me. Yeah, no, that'd be great. Let me.
I'll get together with the two of you, and then you can coach me on what you'd like me to say if that's acceptable.
Great. Okay, well, but she had said, let me ask her first. I think they meet tomorrow, and I had written back to her. So that must have been, she had written me like right the day after the first meeting. So tomorrow's the second meeting. And she said, please let me know if you have any questions and if the board is in agreement to proceed with the amount starting in the next fiscal year, which begins in July. And I will let her know. I'm asking, will this be on the select board agenda for tomorrow? The board is not in agreement, right?
We're asking for $1
More.
and 2 more hours.
It's honestly shame on them. It's just so silly.
I think the
So
more
the
we
very
can
point-
advocate in these kind of forums, whether it's sending an email to Paula or someone being there as a representative to those meetings, the more that we can continue to just kind of be the squeaky wheel a little bit, because they're not going to come to us and ask for it. We have to continue going to them. I'm going to be out of town, or I'd be there too. So I'm going to be in Canada the next week. So but you know, as meetings continue, if this isn't resolved, like I can try to be another voice as well for this.
I will be at the meeting. But one thing I wanted to mention was, there's a petition going around town to add 2 more members to the select board, which I think would be very helpful and it might help our cause.
That petition's still here at the library.
Yeah, we have a copy here.
I need to sign it. Last time there wasn't any names on it, so
I
I
was
was
gonna
like, I
say,
don't want to be the first one.
Can you guys?
Hey, I heard about this. I got to sign this too. I got to sign
Okay,
that petition as well.
I've got important news. I just talked to Sarah McLeod today. She's the one who organized it.
Right.
We're still, we're only about halfway there on signatures. You need 640 signatures. We're only halfway there. And it wasn't communicated that the signatures have to be in the town hall. That petition has to be in the town hall by Thursday afternoon.
This coming Thursday?
This coming Thursday.
Okay, well, I'm getting everyone on.
So those
Yeah.
signatures we have to, I don't think people around town know that the signatures have to be in by Thursday. Or we have to wait another year to get momentum again. Or, I mean, you could do it mid-year, special election, whatever, but this is the time that seems appropriate. So if we can kind of get the word out that, hey, signatures got to be in by like noon Thursday, would be a great help for the cause.
Places that have.
Well, Sarah, I think, has kept good track.
Jeff, I think you're muted. Were you trying to say something?
I see that one of the select board members came out in favor of going to 5. I think that will move a lot of people.
I saw that.
Yep.
So again,
One of the select board members came out in favor of going to 5.
Right.
Yeah, because they can't have any kind of, they can't get together
Yeah.
outside of the one wife month. Right.
Wasn't Kathy, so was the-
Wayne?
No, Wayne
Wayne,
retired.
he retired.
It's,
Peter Booth came out.
the election was
Yes,
contested.
he is.
Peter.
Thank you.
The election was contested. The guy that the select board had appointed to fill the spot, lost to this Peter Booth. I believe.
Peter's good.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so anyway, the other thing I just wanted to mention in this realm is that I don't understand how this town meeting reimagined is any different from a budget meeting that they've had for years and years and years that nobody shows up at. And people, you know, that do show up, make suggestions and complain about not enough money for such and such or too much. And nothing changes and nothing happens. So I'm looking forward to this meeting, but I'm not putting any hope in it.
Right, but maybe if we get enough, well, so if that petition gets enough signatures, then we would be voting on meeting day to increase, I mean, that would be a major piece, so.
Yeah.
But that's.
Well,
before
that's
the
2
time.
days is.
2 days, we gotta start canvassing.
Impossible.
Yeah, that's a lot of.
Maybe the select board themselves will bring that up.
I think it's like a major, like a bylaws or like a major town thing that probably does require signatures, right?
No,
Oh,
not
it doesn't? They can,
necessarily.
okay.
Yeah. And we're the only town in Chittenden County that has a 3-member board. everybody else has
Yeah.
got.
That's distinguishable.
It's
Yeah,
so
it's
funny.
shameful.
Remember when we invited the select board to be judges at the pet parade and they couldn't all attend the event because they were worried about creating a
Oh yeah, they're gonna have a
quorum?
quorum.
That was pretty funny.
Oh,
Because two of them got
All right,
together,
guys.
and then they go,
right.
right.
Hey, what else? What else? What do we
All
got
right.
going else on? I got to feed an 8-year-old.
Okay, here we go. Okay, we're almost done here. Sorry. So I just sent an email to Paula while we were talking, just asking her about Thursday and like what's needed. And so I'll keep you posted, Tom, about the salaries if we need to
Okay.
say something or not. But we're into new business now. And my meeting with Paula was really great. We met over like the holiday vacation on December 30th. And after going back and forth. And I'm sorry that Jeff and Catherine, you weren't there or whomever, because it was like literally last minute. She was like, do you have time today? So I raced on over. We talked about the communication between Paul and Catherine so that we do not need to serve as a middle person in the communication between the town and the town and the library director. So between her and Catherine or you and Linda, if you have any, she said, any questions, concerns, wonderings, she wants you to contact her, and agreed that probably this is just past history.
Yeah.
I think they froze.
I think they're frozen.
That's happened a couple of times, but it
Yeah.
usually comes back in like another second.
Okay. She also is very interested in being part of the accessibility project. She'll be at the meeting on January 29th with Andrea and her colleagues from VIA. That meeting is going to happen at 11 a.m. We thought for that meeting, it might just make sense for it's Andrea and her colleague. And Jeff had said that like in the financial component seems important. Catherine and Meredith and myself and Paula. I'm not sure. And I said, if anybody else from like her office would like to come, that'd be great. But we'll try to keep it, kind of it's just a intro kickoff meeting to start talking about the vision for the project. And Paula had not read the structural assessment report. I'm certain it probably just got lost in the lots and back and forth. And plan to review it thoroughly. She was very concerned about it. She intends to share it with the select board to ensure that they're aware of the safety issues at our library. She was totally also in agreement that the $100,000 should not be like you have to purchase a handrail or whatever. It should be like put towards the renovation project, because we're obviously going to need to have experts, VIA, work with us very closely every step of the way. And this is the beginning of the project. So why not use the funds that were given to us? So she agreed she's going to go back to them. And I haven't heard yet. So maybe we'll hear more. I don't know. That's the updates from the meeting, but it was very positive. And, it seems like making sure that Paula is involved in this project is going to be really, really important. She wants to be involved. And so the communications around this project, we'll just make sure we have like a communications loop, that.
Oops.
Town treasurer.
Is his name Brian?
Brian, if he needed to come, and she's like, nah, not yet, but I'll keep him. I'll let him know. Because I came to this one meeting with John, and it was great. He seemed very interested in our project. He did, very, very helpful. So, that was Brandon's first meeting. That was big. That's right. So, yeah, I just think the line of communication between, I don't think we need to be getting in the business of Catherine and the town. Like,
Yeah.
you have full agency to do you as the library director, and we will advocate for things as a board, like salary, anything else, the building project, things like that, that are kind of like out of our control, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
but we should not be getting in the middle of any of your, questions and concerns.
Yeah. Great.
Okay, and then the library of things, should more be purchased? Advertising what is in the library of things.
So Meredith and I just had a meeting, I think maybe last week or yesterday. I don't remember. No, not yesterday. Yesterday was Monday. It was definitely last week. And we are going to make social media and Front Porch Forum posts twice a week of highlighting library of things items.
That's a wonderful idea.
And then we're also going to try to run some programs that highlight some of the things that we have.
You can make a cake.
Yeah.
In the microwave or something.
Oh, I was thinking of the mixer.
But in terms of adding things to the library of things, I know we talked about a few things last time, like kitchen equipment and trail cams. Does anyone have suggestions for things that they would like to see in the library of things?
I will bring you the
A bubble, remember?
Oh,
we
the
talked
bubble.
about the
Yes,
bubbles?
yes.
Yeah, I went back and looked and I don't have one.
Lindsay, I thought you had a really great idea about the metal detector.
Can
thought
someone
that-
start a Google Drive and we just add
Need
things
more than
to
one-
it?
In order to do that, you need more than one metal detector.
I know, maybe I'll
What?
have someone.
Could we start a Google Drive and then just have everybody add to it?
Oh yeah, I'll share a Google Doc so that you can add to it.
Sure, that would be great. Then we could just keep on adding as things pop into our brains and we're walking around.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, I'm wondering like if there's other libraries that have libraries of things that have very popular items. I mean, I remember
Milton, I
hearing
think, has one.
Who does?
Milton, I think, has,
Wow.
they were the first in the area to start it.
Fletcher Free has one.
Fletcher Free, and they have,
Yeah.
I remember hearing them on Vermont Edition talking about their most popular items checked out this year were like, I think laptops actually, and what is the thing called to get Wi-Fi? Like
Oh, hotspots.
hotspots,
Yeah.
yes. Which is
Yeah.
a little different for our community, but I don't know. Maybe not.
I mean,
don't know.
that would be popular. A lot of libraries, like all of that ARPA money that all of the public libraries got a few years ago, a lot of places, especially rural places, bought hotspots with the money. And I don't really understand exactly what it entails, so I would have to do more research, but I think we do have patrons who don't have internet access at home, which surprised me when I realized, but I don't know if they want it though. Maybe
Yeah.
I should.
Well, people park in front of the library because we have
Yeah.
Wi-Fi.
Mhm.
And so I think that's an indication.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I can price out a hotspot and
And
what that would.
Can I
'Cause I
jump
think
back?
there's like a, yes.
Snow blowing, snow plowing? Did you able to get a hold of the town crew?
I haven't talked to them yet about plowing out the parking spots.
Okay, all right, thanks.
That was on my list too.
Yeah.
I think it's terrible that
Yeah.
they don't,
I have their number. Jeff gave it to me a while ago. I
Okay.
just haven't called them yet.
all they need to do is sweep through once.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it should be no problem.
Okay, so our final item then is timeline for trustees' terms.
Yeah, is anybody running close? Is anybody
Um,
expiring soon?
Let's see, is it on their website?
I think so. And it's usually in the town report.
It's in the town report, right? Where do we have our like board?
I don't think it's on the website because
Okay.
I didn't know when people's terms
Oh.
expired.
Do we have last year's town report?
It might be. on
Yeah,
there.
I can.
Okay.
I
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably good to know.
I think in the past, Jessica has let us know if somebody's term is up, like
Oh,
in
right,
January.
right.
Because I think we need to get a petition, like 20 signatures or something.
For town
to-
meeting.
To
Oh.
rerun.
Oh,
Right, 'cause it has to be
really?
voted on.
Oh, no.
No, you just have to go to the select board meeting.
That's right, it's not
Yeah,
voted on.
We
select board.
nominate and then they
Right.
go to the select board. and it's-
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah, because Tim Nolte said we weren't competent enough to choose our own members.
Oh, okay, cool.
You know, I think I
Well, this is
recall,
why we're here, so.
So I have last year's. And so Sue, Barb, and Linda,
Oh.
you all expire this year.
yeah, that's what I thought.
Ooh.
Sue, Barbara, and Linda all expire
I
this
have
year,
a feeling that.
2025?
2020
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Is that this calendar year or the fiscal year?
calendar
that it
year.
expires?
I think so.
Calendar year. Okay.
Doesn't say anything
You can
about a
get to
fiscal
back up
year.
if you wanted to.
How long are,
How long
how
are the terms?
long are the terms?
3 years?
3 years?
I think there are 3
What are our
years.
other people, like Jeff, what are you, Tom, Brandon, and I?
Tom and I are 2026 and Lindsay's 2027. And according to this, my DRB position expired already, so
What expired?
And what about
What
Brandon?
expired?
Brandon would be newer, so he'd be a 2028 or something.
Yeah.
What did you say, Jeff, it already expired?
I'm on the development review board and it looks like that expired already.
Oh,
I
his
don't-
time on the development review board, because he is on that board, but it expired.
Oh, but that's not us.
That's not us,
Not
okay,
us.
no.
Oh, okay.
But
It's
I
approval,
guess
but
one thing we need to know is when, if Sue and Barb and Linda, if you all want to continue on the board, when we need to bring that forth to the select board. It should just be at one meeting and
Right.
then that'd be for another
Well,
3 years.
and because we're not new members, I don't think we need to.
Oh,
go
yeah, you don't have to go to the
into-
select board. We just have to re-vote you in, right?
Yeah,
No,
well,
I
I
don't need
think,
to write a letter of
no,
interest.
no, I don't.
You know,
think
it,
so.
can I
I'll
just
do it, I'll do
interrupt? It seems like Beth used, I think they're frozen again.
Yeah.
No, we can hear you. We can
Oh,
hear you.
good. It seems like Beth would talk to Jessica because I think one time she told us when our terms expired and she would just tell Jessica, yeah, they want to go on. Like it wasn't
Okay.
Yeah.
too much of a formal.
We're no longer,
easy.
we're no longer elected anymore, so we're appointed. So
Right.
the select board just has to have it in a meeting. Yes, we appoint them for another 3 years.
Okay.
Hey,
So-
on a closing note, are you guys interested in asking Tom Barabo if he wants to come in and do a presentation for tapping the maple tree that's in between the library and Beth's house?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
He's
sounds
done-
really
he's-
fun.
He's done that in the past. I mean, I could do a presentation, but oh my God, he's the conservation chair. He is the guru of, the language he can share with all the people who want to come in and learn. I've been to one or two of his presentations while he does the tapping, and then we just leave a bucket under the tree. And a lot of times the kids just come in before school and fill up their water bottles with the sap water. It gets used, and it's fun. They always go and check in the bucket and stuff. I know him. I'm not very good friends with him, but I know him. But Catherine, do you know him? Does he come in the library?
I know some Toms. I'm not sure about his last name.
And his wife is Anne.
Oh,
Mary.
yes, I know him. Yeah. Yes, I
He's
know
the one
Tom.
who
I
trimmed the
have
trees?
his phone number. Yes.
I
I know
bet
him.
he would love to.
Yeah. I think that sounds great.
I do too.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I can supply the
Yeah.
buckets and the supplies. I've got extra buckets and taps and hoses. But sure, I think that'd be kind of fun.
When does maple tapping season end?
Depends.
Well, it starts when the trees start to flow, when it's above freezing for a couple days, and then it gets cold at night. It usually ends when it's no longer cold at night.
Yeah.
So you could
Okay.
have a
And the
start, you
trees-
could have a start and stop anywhere mid-February till about middle of March.
Okay.
Yeah, it really depends.
And
Yeah.
if the-
So we should probably try to plan for February.
February is a great
Yeah.
time.
At least we
February,
can, we
right?
can
Or March,
tap it,
early
it can
March.
get ready, late February, if the kids are on break, that's fine.
Mhm.
Yeah, late February, early March.
Yeah.
Nice.
The way our winter's going, I don't think we're gonna get a thaw for a while.
It looks cold for a
No,
while.
probably not.
I mean, last year they made a ton of syrup in January. I don't think that you're gonna see anything like that this year.
Well, that concludes our meeting, unless anybody else has any other business.
Great.
No.
See you
Nope.
in-
All right, great.
In whenever.
Thank
Next
you.
meeting is February 11th.
All right.
Oh, wow.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good day.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
I'm trying to.
All right.